Hi, welcome back. This is me again. Let's go over how to write a polynomial function given its zeros. In this example, I ask you to write a polynomial function of third degree that has zeros 3 and 4i. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we write the polynomial functions? So first, the step one, you want to use the fundamental theorem of algebra to write the factors. Okay, and what does it look like? So remember the fundamental theorem of algebra, okay, state that, okay, the degree, which is give us the number of solution. The degree represent the number of solution. So this polynomial function is a third degree. So which means its zeros or solution must be as well 3. Okay. What you notice here, we are counting actually two zeros or two solutions, which are x equal to positive 3, and then you have also x equal to positive 4i. But remember, the fundamental theorem of algebra states that the degree is the number of solution or zeros. But however, I only have two zeros here. So what is missing? What is missing third zeros? What it is? Does it exist, or is the fundamental theorem of algebra wrong? No, remember the fundamental theorem of algebra is always correct. So what is not? So what I need you to remember is, what do we know about complex? When a solution is imaginary numbers or complex conjugate. Okay, what do we know about complex conjugate? Like I told you in class. Again, complex conjugate always come in set of two in pairs, like your ears, your eyes, your pair of eyes, your mouth, your legs, your hand. Yeah, usually they come two by two. Okay, so and for complex conjugate, when they come two by two, it means that the real part here is 0. So the real part is going to be the same, but the imaginary part is going to be the opposite. Okay, so imaginary part here is 4i. So its complex conjugate is going to be negative 4i. So now we are set. We all have the three zeros. Okay, now you're going to find the factors. How do we do that? Remember, the goal here is to go back to where you apply the zero product property. You want the right side to be equal to 0. Okay, so you are just going backward. Before, I used to give you a polynomial function and we derive the zeros by factoring. Now, I'm giving you the zeros and I want you to derive the polynomial functions. Okay, so for the first equation, you're going to minus 3. And you end up with x minus 3 equal to 0. The second one, you are going to minus 4i. And you end up with x minus 4i equal to 0. The third one is you're going to plus 4i on both sides. Okay. So it's going to be, the new equation is x plus 4i equal to 0. Now, we apply, remember, so that's when you apply the zero product property to solve for x. So now, what you want to do, you want to go back to the factor. So the factor is going to be x minus 3, x minus 4i, and then x plus 4i. We don't need an equation because you want a polynomial functions. Okay, so step one has been done for us. So we done step one. Okay, so now let's move on to step two. Now, okay, step two, you're going to first multiply the factor that contain I. So what you want to do here, you're going to, what are the factor? So you're going to focus on multiplying the term, multiplying the factor that contain I, the imaginary unit I. So you're going to multiply those two factors together. Again, you can use the distributive property or the box method. It's up to you. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, x times x is x squared. X times 4i is 4ix. Okay, and 4i times x is going to be negative 4ix. Negative 4i times positive 4i. Remember, negative 4 times positive 4 is negative 16. I times I is going to be I squared, not I. The same as we do x times x is x squared. I times I is also I squared. You have to square the variable I here, or the imaginary unit I. Okay, so then I hope you can notice here, let me write here, x squared plus 4ix minus 4ix minus 16i squared. So I hope you can tell here that those two terms, the two middle terms, are opposite of each other. So they cancel out to zeros. Why they're opposite? So they just become 0. Okay. So now we are left with x squared minus 16. Now, remember, I squared is equal to what number? You can simplify I squared to, you can simplify I squared to -1. Okay, always remember that. So then you end up with x squared. So -16 times -1 add up to positive 16. So then we simplify that x squared plus 16 is a product of what? Of the factor of x minus 4 times the factor x minus 4i times x plus 4i. So let's continue. You're not done multiplying. Remember, we figured out that, so this is a product x squared plus 16. Okay. Now, next, what you have to do, you have to keep multiplying. Okay. So you're going to multiply those two factors together. That will be the last multiplication. And you can use the box method again or the distributive property. So we multiply and multiply, okay? And I notice after multiply, I don't see any common factor, any like terms with the same variable. So there's no term with the same variable, so there's nothing to combine, okay? So the final answer is going to be x cubed, okay, plus 16x minus 3x squared minus 48, okay? That's the final product. So we are not done. So the last step is, since we asked us a polynomial function, so I'm going to name this polynomial and make sure I write it also in standard form. So that's step 3. Okay, so you have to name it. What do I mean by name? You have to give a name to the polynomial expression. It can be y, it can be f of x, you can use f of x, you can be y, you can do g of x. By most textbooks, they use f of x or y interchangeably, like, yeah, they switch around between f of x and y. So for me, I'm just going to go with y. So y equal, okay, then I'm going to make sure I write my polynomial in standard form. Standard form means from, you always want to use the variable with the highest exponent to the lowest. So it's, the exponent goes in descending order, high to low. So first I'm going to start with x cubed. Then it's going to be not 16x. So you have to go 3, 2, 1, and then 0. Not 3, 1, 2. So x cubed and then minus 3x squared plus 16x minus 48. Okay, so we name the polynomial and you wrote the polynomial function in standard form for highest exponent to the lowest in descending order for the exponent. And that's your final work. That's it. Again, using the different zeros, the 3 zeros, the 2 zeros here, but remember, complex conjugate always come in pairs, okay? And they do share the same real number, but the imaginary part are opposite, okay? And then it's a third degree polynomial. So we found the polynomial, the third degree polynomial having the 0 of 3 and positive 4i and negative 4i. So thank you for watching my video. Okay, I hope my video was beneficial to you and you learned a lot. And see you into the next one. Bye-bye.